Wow, man, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, I think I'm on my politicking type of timing today. You heard me? Check me out. I tried to look at the little whole Trump and Putin little sit down not even a sit down, they was standing up, but they conversation for real. But I just got thrown off when that motherfucker was talking straight Russian and they had to translate every single word he was saying. She was trying to talk over him while he was actively talking. It wasn't confusing me. It was just like, do I really give a fuck that much? You feel me? Do I gotta use that little extra piece of brain power to care about some shit that really don't affect me in real life? I still listen though, you hear me?
Why is it happening? What will be discussed? What does Trump hope to achieve by inviting Putin onto US soil when Russia is still rampaging through Ukraine? These are the questions.
You wanna know a weird fact about Putin? That nigga about 70 something. I ain't gonna lie, he don't look it, bro. That's one. I can't take that away from that old ass nigga. He looked like he a smooth 56. I thought he was 56. I swear to God, I thought he was 56. Why so exact? Shit, cause I'm just an exact type of person. Shit. When I estimate something, I get the right number. I just was off my estimate.
When Russia is still rampaging through Ukraine? These are the questions that will be answered in this video. These are the Alaska peace talks exposed. Discover what you need to know about this historic meeting. To begin, why is this meeting happening? For the last few weeks, Trump has reignited his push to end the Russian invasion of Ukraine. In mid-July, the US president set a 50-day deadline for Putin to agree to a ceasefire. The consequence of Russia's failure to meet that deadline would be a punishment of some sort, likely new sanctions in the form of secondary tariffs on any country that buys Russian products, such as gas and oil. By July 28, Trump's patience with Putin was running thinner, leading to Trump announcing that Russia's leader had 10 of 12 days from that date to agree to a ceasefire. That deadline has passed. No ceasefire is in place. Now that the August 15 meeting is going ahead, it's clear why. The BBC says that Trump's threats were labelled as very serious by Kremlin mouthpiece Dmitry Peskov when they were first made, though Peskov also said that Moscow needed time to analyse what Trump had said. That seems to have translated into time to negotiate a meeting with the US president that will allow Putin to talk face to face rather.
Just look at this fucking table. This table is full of a bunch of old ass folks that's far past their prime. These motherfuckers can't do shit. Why we let these old ass niggas run the world, man? We supposed to allow a 30-year-old individual to run the world. They is in their prime. They know both sides. They know the sides of the youth and they know the sides of the old. They in the perfect blend. They in the middle. What the fuck we let these old ass goons run the world, man? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, man. Look at this table, dog. Look at, man, if all these niggas got in front of you, bro, you hit their ass with one good Huey, they gonna be in the hospital for a cool sound recovering from a Huey, my nigga. Are you serious? These little delicate ass folk.
Rather than being cowed by any deadlines. Other reports suggest that Putin is not especially afraid of more sanctions and is instead more interested in an opportunity to use a direct meeting to pull Trump away from his more recent support of Ukraine. Deputy Chairman of Russia's Security Council and former Russian President and Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev was more hawkish in his response to Trump.
Former Russian President, Prime Minister. Boy, get out of here. Wrong, man. Yo, your services been not needed, my nigga. You crazy? Boy, y'all got a dictator. You ain't the former of nothing. Why you even still alive? I thought Putin would have did something with your ass.
Trump's threats. Medvedev labelled the US deadline as a theatrical ultimatum in a post on X back in July. The world shuddered, expecting the consequences. Medvedev also wrote, "Belligerent Europe was disappointed. Russia didn't care." Now, is this grandstanding an attempt to show a lack of fear in the face of sanctions that could damage a Russian economy that's already struggling? Perhaps, but it could also provide a glimpse into Putin's mindset. After all, the words that come out of the mouths of members of his political entourage are essentially the words of Putin himself. So, while the August 15 meeting is happening because of Trump's threats, it's not happening because Russia fears those sanctions. Instead, Putin sees this as a chance to work his manipulative magic on the US president in a face-to-face setting. At least, that's what Russia would like.
Nigga, please, boy. He could barely even speak no motherfucking English to manipulate anybody. Well, I don't know, cause shit, them little motherfucking, them, you feel me? Them ones that speak that Spanish and shit, they'll manipulate you, you feel me? Talk all that sad talking shit, get $1 up out you or whatever, get some work, you know, all type of shit, man. Don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you ain't never just felt sympathetic for one of them. I have, and I'm not really a sympathetic person, so I know you a damn lie. Shit.
People to believe. United 24 media points to another reason: the sheer scale of death on both sides of the war. Ukraine has suffered thanks to Putin's invasion. For Ukraine, this is a fight for survival against an occupying power, Russia, that's killed tens of thousands, abducted children, and erased entire towns, the outlet wrote on August 13. Any agreement reached in Alaska could decide.
Come on, gang, you gonna hit me with a fucking ad right when I'm trying to explain something? Don't do that, dog. This is how you catch a dislike, I swear to God. A daddy dislike. But for Ukraine, this is a fight for survival against occupying power Russia that has killed tens of thousands. Tens of thousands of young men. Realize that. Young men that they not getting back. You destroying a generation. Abducted children. They ain't really take them niggas out their houses, bro. They took poor kids, poor poverty people in Russia, they ain't gave them family shit. They promised their family a fat ass stack of money so that when their kids came back home, they'll get the money. But guess what? Their kids ain't coming back. Their kids gonna get on the battlefield. So guess what? No money. You lose your kid and you get nothing. Sucks. And erased entire towns. It's a pointless war. That nigga Putin just looking for power that he ain't got. You feel me? Russia is literally a weak country. They just make themselves look strong. I don't respect them. Well, no, I don't respect Putin. Y'all Russian people, y'all smooth.
Wrote on August 13. Any agreement reached in Alaska could decide the fate of millions still living under Russian occupation and set a precedent for whether borders can be changed by force in the 21st century. When it comes to death and destruction, Russia has certainly delivered plenty of it to Ukraine. CNN reports that the Center for Strategic and International Studies says that Ukraine had sustained almost 400,000 military casualties by the beginning of June, with between 60,000 and 100,000 deaths counted among those casualties. Over 2 months later, it's likely safe to presume that the number is now higher than 400,000. It also needs to be added to the tens of thousands of civilian casualties caused by Russia's indiscriminate bomb and missile attacks against Ukraine cities. The period between February 24, 2022 and July 31, 2025 has seen 13,883 Ukrainian civilians killed as a result of Putin's invasion. A further 35,548 have been injured, according to Statista. The sheer bloodshed Ukraine has endured is reason enough for it to want talks, even if those talks aren't happening the way it would want. But it's also hard to ignore.
I don't like that nigga, man. 13,000 people just over with. And then 35,000 hurt. They ain't even specify the injuries, my nigga. Some of them could have lost arms and fingers. Man, I really don't like that old ass nigga, bro, because he just sit and be safe all day. Trying to be a damn dictator. You sit in that motherfucking dictator office giving dictating ass orders and you ain't out there yourself. I hate a weak ass leader. I can't stand a weak ass leader that won't get out on that battlefield with his men. Yeah. Nigga, you supposed to be a general. Nigga, you supposed to be on the front lines. You might just got a little extra protection, but nigga, you supposed to be out there too. Nigga, take that suit off and suit up. What's wrong with you?
the bloodshed on the Russian side. For most of the Ukraine war, Russia has maintained an attritional strategy that sees it pouring hundreds of thousands of soldiers into Ukraine. Those soldiers launch assaults constantly, with Ukraine cutting them down in their thousands. Ukraine's Ministry of Finance reports that Russia has suffered 1,068,040 casualties between the day it invaded and August 15. When United 24 says that this is a meeting that could affect the lives of millions, it's not joking. Almost 1.5 million have already been injured or lost their lives to the fighting, and many millions more will be watching and waiting to see what the outcome of the discussion between Trump and Putin means for them. For Ukrainians, the question will be, what happens to my home? For many Russians, it will be, will I be sent into the Ukraine meat grinder? Trump's threats may have prompted the August 15 meeting. However, it may be the sheer scale of death, especially within Russia's military, that is driving Putin to Alaska. Well, that and what he sees as an opportunity to get what he wants out of the war. Then there's another question. Why Alaska? That's something that hasn't been mentioned yet, outside of noting that this meeting will be taking place on US soil. The specific venue, the Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, will be the meeting venue because the talks are set to take place in Anchorage. As United 24 points out, because
is that the United States Army and the Russian Army standing next to each other? Or am I tripping? Because it looked like two totally different armies. This right here, this look like a bunch of scholar motherfuckers. This look like some Russia shit. You know, they break your spirit, turn you to just a shell of your former self. And this look like the United States. Motherfuckers that stand together and just fight. Wait, nigga, they sitting in chairs. This is the U.S. They sitting in motherfucking chairs while these Russian folk gotta stand. I knew it.
Talks are set to take place in Anchorage. As United 24 points out, the Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson is the only location in that city that meets the stringent security requirements for a meeting between the leaders of two of the world's military superpowers. For Russia, Alaska is a good choice for several reasons. United 24 notes that for Russia,
who older? Who you think older? Trump or Putin? How old is Donald Trump?
Donald Trump is 79 years old.
How old is Vladimir Putin?
Vladimir Putin is 72 years old.
Oh, goddamn! Trump, you can't win this fight with the fist. I ain't gonna lie, he a little younger than you, gang. I don't know. You might want to use your pen. It's more mightier than your fist.
Alaska is a good choice for several reasons. United 24 notes that Yuri Ushakov, who is one of Putin's aides, says that Alaska is a logical location due to its proximity to the Bering Strait that separates Russia from the US. But that isn't the only thing that attracts Russia to this location. After all, the country is very familiar with Alaska. The Russian Empire owned the territory until 1867, United 24 points out, and it only passed hands to the US when it was purchased from Russia. It appears that some in Russia are enjoying an opportunity to suggest that Alaska is still Russian, even though it's under US ownership. One of those people is still Russian.
You don't see that motherfucking flag? And a goddamn thing yours. You crazy? You don't see all that motherfucking land y'all got? And I know clearly they don't live in all that land. Most of that land is tundra, it's unoccupied. They really live in one small spot of the fucking Russian land. But who problem is that? Y'all pick shitty land. Y'all thought about long term instead of short term. Wait a few more 100 years for that shit to melt, my nigga. Maybe 50, depending on global warming. But Alaska is not yours. Alaska is not yours. That's why I draw the goddamn line, bro. You ain't stealing, you thieving ass gone. Stay right over there in Russia. Do what you gonna do. But don't touch that flag. He think I'm playing with him. He think this little stern ass look that he got right here scare me. You don't scare me, bro.
Even though it's under US ownership. One of those people is Kirill Dmitriev, who heads the Russian Direct Investment Fund and has served as lead negotiator on Putin's behalf in the past. United 24 reports him as referring to Alaska as an American of Russian origin, comments he made during an August 6 meeting with US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff. So, Russia may see the venue choice of Alaska as a chance to negotiate on some form of home soil. The US may see it differently. There's a very good chance that the US has chosen this particular Alaskan base for the August 15 meeting because it happens to be home to several major military aircraft. The base's official website notes that it hosts F-22 Raptor fighter jets, E-3 Sentry airborne warning and control system aircraft, C-12F Huron and C-17 Globemaster III cargo aircraft, and C-130 Hercules transport.
Like, we know what all that is, nigga. You should have showed us pictures of the aircraft while you named it, so I could have been like, oh wow, the names sound overly bullshit. They should have just named the aircraft motherfucking Warrior, goddamn Godzilla, motherfucking Destroyer. They should have named this shit like that. What you naming it? F5Z2 for? What the fuck, nigga? That shit sound like some bullshit. It sound like a robot. It's a damn fighter jet. Motherfucker's supposed to sound intimidating. That don't sound intimidating. It might. You see that motherfucker in person, it might go with the name. But I don't know, man. I'm tired of politicking, bro. I don't care no more, dog. Black people and politics don't go together clearly because I done joked my ass off this whole time. I ain't take it seriously. Maybe that's why I got in a lot of trouble in school. Shit, I just didn't take shit seriously. But I did my work, though, funny. But, man, y'all know how I get, though, dick. Man, fuck with me. Don't fuck without me, bitch. I'm gone.